still getting closer toward Akron. Now Akron and Otis are both under the tornado warning until 6:30. So the National Weather Service has extended that warning as this supercell is traveling to the south and to the east. It's moving fairly fast, and it also is ushering in tennis ball size hail. So that's going to do a whole lot of damage. It started well up into Weld County and continues to impact parts of Washington County tonight. I just split the storm in half, and you can see the cloud tops, the highest peaks of that storm, upwards of 40,000 feet. When you think about a commercial jetliner flying through the skies, usually they're at about 35,000 feet. So this storm is just towering. There is circulation out there, and again, we have had some confirmation tornadoes have been on the ground. As we look off to the eastern plains, we still have a few more severe cells out there, kind of straddling I-70 to the north and to the south. Nothing severe at this hour, but keep in mind that could quickly change. We do have that severe thunderstorm watch everywhere in pink in effect until 9 p.m. Guys, I'm going to be keeping a close eye on these storms as well as that tornado warning as it continues to move to the south and to the east, closer toward Akron and Otis. Folks out there, good idea to find your safe space right now.
That is a good tip.
Across the northeastern plains tonight, that tornado warning continues until 6:30. Would not be surprised if the National Weather Service extends it out just because we have seen a storm spotter, chaser, as well as law enforcement reporting that the tornado is still on the ground out there between Sterling and Akron. You can see this area in blue. That's going to be the hail core, easily tennis ball to baseball size hail coming down with this storm. Much of this in rural parts of northwestern Washington County, but still out toward Akron and Otis. Folks out there are under the tornado warning. Otis, we just put on the storm tracker. It looks like this will be in your backyard by about 6:51. Again, this is the timing of this storm as it tracks to the south and to the east tonight. Coming up after the break, I'll take you into the holiday weekend because we are expecting more severe weather. We'll go through the timing of those storms. You guys both under that tornado warning until 6:30. We'll see if the National Weather Service extends this warning as this supercell tornado is tracking to the south and to the east tonight. It's moving at a fairly rapid pace, but on the eastern side of this, you can kind of see that area in yellow right there. That's going to be the severe thunderstorm warning. That also is in place until 7 p.m. Just on the fringe of this supercell, we're looking at golf ball sized hail, but everywhere in blue, this hail core, easily tennis ball to baseball size hail. And again, it is just starting to approach the Akron area. Otis, I would take cover. Find your safe space as this tornado is going to be heading in your direction. Again, law enforcement as well as weather spotters, they have been out on the ground. I've seen photos on Twitter of this tornado as it's been tracking from Weld County all the way into parts of Washington County tonight. The hail has been just outrageous, and of course, dealing with a damaging tornado too. The cloud tops to this 40,000 feet. So this is a monstrous storm out there that is just going to keep going as we have a lot of heat and a lot of instability in the atmosphere. I do have a couple other storms out there. They are not severe. However, they are putting down some pretty heavy rain. A good light show just to the north of I-70 between Stratton and Burlington. These cells slowly pushing off to the east tonight. Again, that severe thunderstorm watch in place until 9 p.m. with that one major supercell just starting to push back into Akron and Otis with the stronger cells out there toward Burlington. Tonight here in Denver, we are not expecting any kind of severe storms. Overnight lows will dip into the lower 50s for us. Partly cloudy skies after about midnight off to the eastern plains with 30s and 40s up through the high country. And then looking at the extended forecast as we head into the holiday weekend, storms move out tonight. This is about 10 p.m. Cloud cover still in place out to the far northwestern corner of Colorado. But by morning, here comes a bit more moisture coming our way from the east. We'll get those easterly winds that set up. And then throughout the day, some pockets of sunshine that'll allow our temperatures to warm into the 70s tomorrow. So we'll have the moisture, we'll have the heat, we'll have a bit of instability out there, and that means the thunderstorms that do pop up tomorrow afternoon, typical timing about 2-3 o'clock, will have the potential to go severe. Again, tomorrow we'll be talking about large hail, damaging winds, and possibly an isolated tornado or two off to the eastern plains. As the evening wears on, 11 o'clock, these storms are still going strong, so keep that in mind. If you're traveling I-80, you're heading out toward Lake McConaughey, you're along I-70 heading out toward Kansas place as well. As we zoom in here to Colorado, much of I-25 off to the eastern plains, even up toward the foothills, will be under a marginal risk for seeing severe storms tomorrow. And then looking ahead towards Sunday, we also will be under that marginal threat for more severe weather. Again, the first half of the day, mostly cloudy skies, a little bit of sunshine, daytime highs topping off in the lower 70s for us. It's a whole lot warmer out to the western slope and a bit drier out there too. Highs remain in the 60s and 70s here for the urban corridor. And then that's when we start to see some cooler weather pour back in. 60s, some rain on Sunday. Report you guys the tornado warning just expired right here at 6:30. The storm system is starting to weaken, but still it is packing a huge punch for our friends out there in Otis. Yuma, get ready, as well as Eakley, as the storm is traveling to the south and to the east. We still have a severe thunderstorm warning in play, so they're looking at golf ball size hail. I guess a downgrade from tennis ball size hail, but still the potential to do some serious damage out there. We were looking at the hail tracks earlier this afternoon as the storm started in Weld County and then pushed off to the south and to the east. Its biggest, you could say, baseball size hail, tennis ball size hail within that storm, certainly doing some damage to a lot of the crops, our ranchers, our farmers out there tonight. Severe thunderstorm warning still in place until 7:30. This one between Stratton and Burlington. A lot of folks coming in and out of I-70, a busy holiday weekend, and folks are just kind of getting started out there. They're going to deal with some larger hail, anywhere between about the size of a lime to a hen egg. As we look out there at the satellite radar, you can see this area in pink. That's going to be the severe thunderstorm watch. Guys, it goes until 9 p.m. tonight, so I'm still going to be keeping a close eye to the eastern plains. But if you're here in Denver this evening, it should be relatively quiet for us.
All right, Danielle, thank you.
My goodness, looking at that picture, though, you guys, you can just see the strength, the instability that was out toward the eastern plains earlier today. The atmosphere a little angry as we kick off this holiday weekend. Tonight, though, these storms starting to weaken just a bit for us. The tornado warning has since expired, but now we are under a severe thunderstorm warning. This will continue until 7:30 tonight as the storm tracks to the south and to the east. So our friends out there in Otis, Yuma, as well as Eakley, even Ray, looking at some pretty heavy rain, the possibility of large hail coming through, and a whole lot of lightning as well. A couple more severe cells out there just to the south of I-70. We still have that one going between Stratton and Burlington until about 7:30, and then another one shifting to the south and to the east toward Kit Carson and Cheyenne Wells tonight with some fairly large hail within that one. It's been relatively quiet here for the Denver metro area. Maybe a couple of light little showers trying to get going around Steamboat Springs. Tonight here in the city, partly cloudy skies. It's going to be a dry evening. You have any plans? You're heading to the Rockies game? No issues. We're going to be looking at temperatures dropping into the 30s and 40s overnight up through the mountains. And these storms pretty much should be out of our hair by about 9 p.m. That's when the watch expires. And then as we go throughout the overnight hours, you'll notice we'll get some moisture coming our way from the east. That's in the form of cloud cover, 7 a.m. So folks out there waking up to mostly cloudy skies. We'll see a few breaks with some sunshine here in Denver. That should allow our temperatures to jump into the 70s, but that also will allow these thunderstorms to fire up and potentially a few in the later afternoon turn severe. Here we are about 6 o'clock. Strongest cells will be just toward Byers Bennett, Deer Trail, heading out toward Lyman, and then by about 11 p.m., storms still going strong off to the eastern plains while they're starting to die back here in the Denver area. Like I said, we do have a chance for seeing a couple of those turn severe. Large hail, strong to damaging winds expected. Up and down I-25 and then stretching off to the eastern plains, folks under a marginal threat. That's level 1 out of 5, but still, it's an keep your eyes to the sky kind of afternoon. Temperatures a whole lot cooler than what we saw today. We'll be back into the 70s here in Denver. And then Shannon, looking at the Super 7-day forecast, it is a cooler holiday weekend to come. Rain showers likely on Sunday, and still a few more thunderstorms popping up on Memorial Day.
All right.
We're out there, but I think the storms should hold off till the later afternoon once everyone is done. Running the race, always a good time. This afternoon into this evening, we had to deal with some strong to severe thunderstorms out there across the eastern plains. They're still going. We have severe thunderstorm warnings until 7:15 out toward Otis and Yuma. It's going to continue until 7:30 out there toward Ray, and then further on the south side of town, you're noticing just a couple more strong thunderstorms. All of them should be expiring within about the next hour or so, and then the watch expires at 9 p.m. Looking high on Monday.
All right, stay prepared in the afternoon.
Please do. Yeah. It's been busy.
All right. Thanks for watching Denver 7 News at 6. As always, we leave you with a look at colorful Colorado.
So because this is Memorial Day weekend, tonight Denver 7 photojournalist David Tay takes us to Lincoln Veterans Memorial Park here in downtown Denver.